and welcome back to Katie Cooks Easy Recipes. Today I'll be showing you one of my simplest recipes, Chinese style mushroom curry. Of course you can swap out the mushrooms if you prefer for chicken or prawns, but this is a really budget friendly recipe and the mushrooms are so delicious you actually won't miss the meat. As always, the full ingredients list and method is in the captions below this video, or you can hit the link and go directly to my website and the recipe, katiecooks.co.uk. Let's go straight to the ingredients first. So we're going to need some mushrooms, some cornflour, an onion, some medium curry powder, turmeric, 5 spice, crushed garlic, a bit of sugar, peas, veg stock and soy sauce. Most of the ingredients are store cupboard essentials, so as a budding home cook you should have most of the ingredients in your cupboards at home. As well as the flavour and the low cost of this recipe, another thing I really enjoy is that there's hardly any prep at all. All you need to do is grab your mushrooms and cut them into quarters. Chestnut or close cut mushrooms are absolutely perfect for this recipe. And the only other bit of real prep you need to do for this recipe is the onions. So chop one in half and get it peeled. And then you want to just slice off the root end and cut the onion into nice wedges. And the reason I like to cut my onions into wedges and not slice or dice them for this dish is simply because that's how they turn up in my local Chinese takeaway. And that's almost the prep done. So what you need to do now is grab a nice big mixing bowl, add your cornflour in there, and then we're going to season that up with some white pepper if you have it, black if not, and some salt. Get it all mixed up, and then we're going to go in and add our mushrooms. The reason we're using cornflour is it gives the mushrooms a nice little texture on the outside, plus it actually acts as a thickener for the sauce when we come to pulling this dish together. So get those mushrooms all mixed around and tossed around until they're completely coated, and now it's time for cooking. Get yourself a wok or a large frying pan and add about 1.5 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Get that heated up on high and then go in with your mushrooms. And we're just going to cook those until the cornflour goes lovely and golden and some of the moisture has come out of the mushrooms. This will take around about 5 minutes, and after that just remove them from the pan and set them aside. Make sure your mushrooms are only just cooked. We don't want them to be overcooked and mushy. We like them to have a little bite left to them. Once they're removed from the pan, go in with your onion wedges and just stir fry those for a minute or two until they start to colour. Once your onions have begun to soften, add to the pan either a teaspoon of garlic paste, or if you're using fresh garlic, just use 1 big fat clove that you've crushed. Get that cooking on high, but keep it moving so that the garlic doesn't burn. And then here's a tip, add a little splash of water to your pan before you go in with your dried spices, because those dry spices, as soon as you add them to the pan, are just going to dry up instantly, meaning that the spices could then catch, burn and turn the whole meal slightly bitter. A reminder that the full list of ingredients is in the caption or on my website, but the spices we're going in with at the moment are medium curry powder, turmeric, Chinese 5 spice and a little bit of sugar. And then cook that for a minute or two until all the spices are fragrant, and you'll end up with this lovely base to your Chinese style curry. At this point we're going to add our mushrooms back in. We're going to go in with some frozen peas. And around about 250 ml of vegetable stock. It's important when you mix your stock to get the right amount of stock cube to hot water. Don't just go in with a whole stock cube or the whole dish will be too salty. As you can see here, we're adding just about 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, so that will also add saltiness to the dish. So we really don't want to get that stock wrong. If it is a little bit salty, just add a pinch more sugar. Turn it up to medium to high until it thickens and you end up with this gorgeous mushroom Chinese style curry. What are you waiting for? Go and give it a try, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.